Welcome to my channel. My name is Leslie and this is a new channel. So right now we're going to do a collective message. It's going to be a general message. Whatever comes out and we're feeling is what I'm going to go with. And so this is going to resonate for some and not others, for some in some ways and for others in other ways. And so that is the beauty of diversity. So collective, please like and subscribe, leave a comment, send some feedback, check out my other videos. And yeah, so we're gonna do a Celtic cross. I'm gonna clarify some of those cards. We'll get some final advice and an oracle, but this is for the collective whenever it finds you. It's currently October 2025. So we're in the first week of October right now. So it is a Libra season. Happy birthday, Libra. All right, Spirit, let's get into this reading. What is the message for the collective? What is the message? What does the collective need to hear right now? What does the collective need to hear at this time? What does the collective need to hear, Spirit? What is the message? What is the message for the collective? All right. Okay, this card's gonna stick together. Okay, on the bottom of the deck and for the overall energy, we have the Six of Swords. I see that there's something that you've been working on, you've invested a lot into, and you're potentially, some of you are moving forward from that. You might be taking some pieces of this with you, whether that's pieces of a project, whether you're taking, like furniture and moving. You could be taking old habits or thought patterns into the future with you. You could be leaving a relationship and have children, right? So what I'm getting off the bat is that this reading is for folks that can resonate with that, is moving forward with something. So at the center of the reading, we have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is about success and recognition. Interestingly, this Six of Wands reminds me a lot of the Six of Swords, which was at the, what we just talked about you moving forward. So just crossing a bridge and these butterflies here. This looks more like the traditional Six of Swords because they're in a boat and on water. So all that to say, you do seem to be moving forward, potentially after a success or towards success currently. You could be getting recognition. Some of you, for some reason, I'm getting like a project potentially. Maybe you had a successful project and now you're on to the next phase or the next step. There's not like an ending here. There's a continuation. But you could be still in some way leaving something in the past. Okay. As your challenge, you have the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords talks about conflict. Definitely conflict. And you wanting to move away from some sort of conflict. And this isn't to say the conflict is, you know, what that conflict is, or in kind of, again, what way that you're leaving or reason you're leaving, or is it good or is it bad? Again, it's going to resonate for everyone differently. But you could be leaving to protect yourself from something. What you're leaving behind is to protect yourself. Some could see it as selfish or egotistical or, you know, things like that. That doesn't mean that it is, of course. But that's the challenge. It seems like, you know, maybe the challenge is pulling away from a conflict is kind of what I'm getting here. So, but we are going to clarify this. In the forefront of your mind and in the present, we have the Ace of Wands. So this is, again, a project, like moving forward with a project or an idea. This could mean a lot of things, but this is telling me that this is like the next step in your journey here. So that's at the top of your mind, is like, where am I going next? You could already know that. Some of you already do know what's next, and some of you may not. What's in the subconscious or below the surface is the Page of Wands. Now, there's a lot of wands here, so you could be a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But what I'm getting here is that you subconsciously are yes, moving forward. I feel like you may struggle with some imposter syndrome, or you may have moved up quickly in a position and maybe you don't have the experience that you need exactly to be where you're at. And so, you know, that of course could cause some imposter syndrome. It's something you care about a lot, though. There's something here that you very much care about. You're very passionate about. I'm not really getting a person or yeah, I'm not really getting that this is about a person or work, but it would seem more work, because in the past we do have some pentacles, which oftentimes represents work, but the Five of Pentacles in the past is, you can see it's exhaustion. This person is tired and they feel like they've been abandoned by the world. You may not have had a lot of support on your journey, and you could be feeling the weight of that, is what I'm hearing. In the near future, we have the Moon. This is, you know, we don't know because it's dark. So in the future, we're not sure. But there is a light here at the end of the tunnel, of course. There's a light here, the moonlight, that guides the way. So what I'm getting from this is that it's dark, potentially, for a lot of you right now. But the moon is still there lighting its light for you. You may need to get outside in the moonlight. I know the full moon is coming up here tomorrow, and the 5th and the 6th of October, right? Or into the 5th into the 6th. And so that could be meaningful. So here in the position of advice, some see this as advice, some see this as kind of like your current situation, like what's influencing the situation. So what we have here is the Nine of Swords. And so we have some fear. We have some fear that is potentially influencing the situation, or again, lack of experience as well. Because you can see this young one here. And it's not that he's scared. It's not that they're scared. They're just little and uncertain of what this thing, what it's going to do and what's going on here. So how others see you and in your environment is the Page of Swords, which is very much the same energy that I'm getting. People see you as a young warrior. They see you as very intelligent, very strategic and thoughtful. Maybe a bit naive. In hopes and fears, we have the Three of Wands. And what I'm getting here is this, I see this person as really wanting whatever they're doing here. To me, I think they're growing something or maybe building a fire, right? I think they are actually building a fire because they're wands. But this person really wants this fire to happen. They're really not sure if it's going to happen though. Again, more uncertainty here. And so I see hope that it's going to take and fear that it's not. And let's remember in your, in this position of what's influencing the situation is this fear, right? This could be because of past experiences that have happened. But good news is the outcome is the Empress. And so what I see is this fire catching, because there's ascension here. There's grounding. There's a lot of earth energy. So let's dig into this. All right, Spirit, why is the Six of Swords here? Why is the Six of Swords here as the overall energy for the reading? Why is the Six of Swords here? Why is the Six of Swords here? I feel like so the Six of Swords is clarified by the Star, the Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. And I see, what I'm getting from this is that this reading is about, going back to the idea of you moving forward from something that you're also carrying part of the past with you still. And what I see here is this is being clarified is that potentially what happened is you prayed or wished for some new opportunity to come from, you know, again, whatever you were working on. I see something that was progressing, and now maybe there's been a significant jump, or there's been kind of a change in plans or direction. But I see that you have this opportunity to do or to bring in more fulfilling things to your life, right? And that could be a lot of different things. I don't know why. I'm thinking like project or work. I'm definitely like getting like you're on a path and something has come up for you that you wished for, and it's here. What is this Six of Wands? What is the Six of Wands? That was in the position of you currently. Why is the Six of Wands here? The Six of Wands is clarified by the King of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles. So this, and let me stay on track, and the Page of Wands. So yes, this could certainly do with finance or career, something that you've been working on, but you're moving towards something. You may have gotten a pay increase with, you know, maybe you got a promotion, and again, things might be like changing gears a little bit. You're carrying something from the past though with you that is weighing you down. Some of you. Why is the Five of Swords here as the challenge? Please clarify the Five of Swords. Why is the Five of Swords here? Why is the Five of Swords here? All right. The Five of Swords is clarified by the Five of Swords. The Six of Swords, and the Page of Swords. I feel like there was some sort of someone might have went behind your back, or you potentially shared something or did something that upset someone. Yeah. But or someone may have done that to you as well, because again, you're here in the Six of Wands and a success, moving towards the success. The Six of Swords here is again the Page of Swords. We have all of these cards on the table already. So I feel there's a lot of like interconnection here. There could have been some communication. This could very much be about like a misunderstanding. It may have led you to, it seems like you got what you wanted, or you're getting what you wanted out of it, or maybe something even better than you expected. It's going to resonate different with everyone. This could have to do with an air sign. This could also be a situation where you kind of showed up like someone with more power than you. And that might have hurt them and helped you. I'm not sure. Again, it could resonate different for everyone. All right, in the conscious, we have the Ace of Wands, which is a new opportunity or idea. Why is the Ace of Wands here? Why is the Ace of Wands here? Why is the Ace of Wands here? It could be a lot of things, actually, but the Ace of Wands is clarified by the Justice card, the Three of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like somebody FAFO'd. And you're the beneficiary from it here. This may be paying off financially for some of you. Or, again, has put you into, you have like a promotion, potentially, or a better opportunity. Maybe you move to, again, a different job or something is going on here. And it seems like you, again, kind of showed someone up or upset the wrong person, and I'm not sure. I'm real kind of curious. Let's clarify the Five of Pentacles in the past. Why is the Five of Pentacles here? Why is the Five of Pentacles here? Why was the collective feeling this way? Why is the Five of Pentacles here? The Five of Pentacles is clarified by the Five of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and the Four of Wands. There's a fly here, y'all, sorry. I feel like, yeah, you were working on something, and there was, you could have had a loss or something that really hurt you a lot. You could have potentially had a strong relationship and someone betrayed you, but you were working on something with this person, and maybe they did some backstabbing, and you may benefit from this. It may take a minute, though. Why is the moon here in the future? Why is the moon here? Why is the moon here? Why is the moon here, Spirit? All right, the moon is clarified by the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Chariot, and we have a fourth, the Ace of Cups, you are going on to some kind of new beginnings. And I think that what you're taking is like lessons learned, or possibly some like scars from the past that will need to be worked out and addressed for sure. But this seems like you're moving right into a new opportunity that you're going to love. And I feel like there's going to be victory here, but I don't think that it may come in like suddenly. It may come in suddenly. All right, influencing the situation, the Nine of Swords. Let's see. Why is the Nine of Swords here? Why is the Nine of Swords here? Let's clarify the Nine of Swords. Why is the Nine of Swords here? Why is the Nine of Swords here? I'm not quite clarifying. All right, the Nine of Swords is clarified by the Two of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Hanged One. I feel like you currently don't know which way this is going to go, this situation. And it's stressing you out because, again, it's like the moon for you. But behind the moon is like great. Really great. Let's clarify the Page of Swords. It's in the position of the environment or how others see you. Why is the Page of Swords here? Oh, there's two. The Five of Cups. The Seven of Cups. And the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, I think there's a lot of tendency to focus on the past, and it creates a burden on you, and it, like, I'm hearing, detaches you a bit from your nurturing side and puts you in more of a, a sword energy. I think people feel like you were potentially kind of screwed over, and that you have a lot of sadness or resentment or anger because of that. All right, let's clarify the Three of Wands and the hopes and fears. Why is the Three of Wands here? Why is the Three of Wands here? It's 30:10 on the clock. Why is the Three of Wands here? Oh, here we go. Okay, we have the King of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Five of Wands. I think there's a fear that if you put your work and energy and thought and all your, time and resources into something, that it's gonna not take off. Some of you may be going into like a new business. This is like pushing you into maybe working for yourself potentially, or doing something that you really love, that feels very fulfilling and good for you, intellectually and emotionally. Why is the Empress here as the outcome? Why is the Empress here? Please clarify the Empress. Why is the Empress here for the collective as the outcome? Your work is going to pay off. All right, the Empress is clarified by the Ten of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. Your work is going to pay off, and it's going to help you to ascend to something that you love and that is fulfilling to you. And this situation is going to lead to places that you had not seen yourself before all of this happened, right? I don't see, like, we don't really have the wheel, like, again, we don't have a big ending here. Something is like transitioning. And so, again, this is going to, resonate for everyone differently. So let's get some advice and an oracle. I hope that resonated for everyone, or for some of you, not for everyone. And that would be great too, but very unlikely. So, Spirit, what is the advice? Here, let me get a different deck, actually. All right. What is the advice for the collective right now? What does the collective need to hear? What is the advice? There could be something from the past that you should be taking into the future as well. All right, so the advice is the World, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Hermit. This is an opportunity for you to come into self, to know self more, to potentially, heal or just grow. There's an opportunity here for you to go within. That's the advice, is to go within, because changes are happening. You could be traveling somewhere, or there could be an offer to travel. and you could need rest. So it's important to reflect on, the past, and we take some things with us, but really be sure about what we are taking into the future, because that changes everything, right? And if we can process like past feelings of abandonment or wounds and get to a place where we can utilize, turn our pain into something beautiful, then that's what's up. So we're going to get an oracle. And then we're going to close this reading out. Spirit, what is the oracle message? What is the oracle message for the collective? What is the oracle message for the collective, Spirit? What is the oracle message for the collective? All right. Ooh, skull cap. This is a plant oracle. I love it so much. I hope you love it too. Let me know. Skull cap, card number 25. The Swarm Wrangler. Skullcap speaks to the beehive. Skullcap knows the honeybee dance and the language of nectar. Skullcap can hear the soft whisper and the roaring hum of the comb protectors. Skullcap knows how to sing this honeyed language into your ear. Skullcap is a translator between human and non-human, between fire and water, between animate and inanimate. Skullcap is the fragrance you cannot detect, but that drives you forward in the quietest parts of yourself. Skullcap speaks the language of your nervous system, talking deeply as to an old friend, guiding us with care and knowledge into calmer, more available states. Forest dweller and water lover, Skullcap reminds us to find quiet and quench the thirst of what we yearn to do. Don't be fooled by the delicate nature of this plant's appearance. This gorgeous ally is mighty in their impact. There's almost never a time when Skullcap would not be a valuable aid. With their presence coursing through the net of our nerves, we can settle into our bodies and our minds, restore our energy from the drain of stress and overwork, and relate more calmly and evenly to others. Finding Skullcap in the wild offers an opportunity to kneel down and speak softly, to find all the wells of gratitude within yourself, pour them forth. Invite this generous guide into your life and never forget to say thank you. Skullcap is a great friend to humans, helping us find the inner reserves to be content. If you are struggling to find a place in yourself that knows what it feels like to sit in simple joy and peacefulness and the true expression of safety and happiness, invite Skullcap into your life over and over again. So, collective, hopefully that resonates. Like and subscribe, leave a comment, let me know, send me a message, send me an email. Check out my other readings. Thank you so much for being here if you made it this far, and I'll see you soon.